Welcome to Drunk Tech Support. I'm Rich.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You sure are.
Jay's never satisfied with our recording
It's
setup.
so bad.
It's better than it's ever been.
I guess.
So, take it for what it's worth. Yes.
I don't know. I'm just in a not good mood tonight. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either, because before I left, you were in a good mood.
Like
And then,
my microphone, the lighting, like now the light's over here, so I'm like super lit up, and you're not like at all. It's like, yeah, might as well do that.
it looks
Cool.
exactly the same.
It does not. This is why I'm in charge of aesthetics.
Oh, man.
I bought a light. I bought a color changing light for behind us, but our camera doesn't even reach it. And I tried to like set up our pops, and then like the camera couldn't get them in the frame, whether they're up there or on our table. It was cut off, so I just said fuck it. So, and then the audio. Don't get me started about the audio.
The audio's great. I'm pretty sure people will let us know if the audio's not great. They usually do.
If anyone tunes in
Eh,
to tell us.
true.
We got a ton of topics tonight, Rich.
We
So
do.
much happening that we haven't decided if it's rapid fire news or are these things we want to take out and talk more about them.
I think most of them are just rapid fire. I have a couple of crazy things I want to talk about. So I don't know if you want to jump right into topics.
Yeah, I got nothing to talk about.
All right. Well then.
Nothing at all.
So I don't think I talked to you about this yet. I was saving it for the show. But you all right there?
Today's episode brought to you by Jameson. Rich had a 20-year-old bottle, so I made a whiskey sour out of it. And I was like, now I want Jameson, because that wasn't enough.
Yeah, there wasn't much left either. So,
And I didn't go blind.
see, audio is great. Thanks, Mike.
Great.
Jay will never believe me.
I can't hear. Like, I have it turned all the way over so I can just hear my voice and whatever I can hear from him from right next to me. Because if I switch it over to the computer output, there's a fucking delay on the voices. So I can't, like,
The delay's not gone?
No.
No.
If I put it over... If I... Can't even talk. Can't do it.
So anyway.
So anyway...
Oh, and we're not even on the right scene. Anyways.
I quit, bro.
So,
So, Rich, what do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about a new smart TV that is coming out, and it is completely wireless.
It's wireless.
Completely wireless. Like, it runs off of batteries. It charges over USB, and
What?
it uses suction to suck to the wall.
What?
And it has auto-sensing suction cups. So,
What?
it's pretty damn crazy.
Are walls...
They're also talking about putting together. It hasn't been developed yet, but there is a airbag system that they're planning, so that if it were to fall off, see, there it is right there.
Mhm.
Those two rings are the suction cups.
It only sticks to glass. I
No,
can't
no, no.
imagine
It'll
that
stick
it'll
to the wall,
stick to
too.
a very porous wall.
They claim it will.
Is it made out of like those
claim-
sticky arms that you throw it?
They claim that it will automatically adjust the suction to make it work on it.
It's got like a vacuum pump on it that's going.
That's not going to use your battery at all.
Why is it battery powered?
So that it's completely wireless. No power, no nothing.
It seems like a big TV on your wall wouldn't need to be running off a battery.
Well, you can plug it in, but then you're going to have that unsightly plug.
but you're gonna always have to have the cable right there because the battery doesn't last forever. So you're in the middle of a movie, like, oh, I gotta plug in my thing.
Yeah.
Now, if it was some sort of induction charging where it like charged through the wall, why haven't we
pretty cool.
patented done that?
I don't know.
Just your whole wall is an induction charger, and you just plop stuff
So
on.
the company is Displaced TV, and they're one of those. We're gonna revolutionize the industry, just like the Segway and the.
We're gonna innovate things that
Hyperloop.
don't require innovating,
Yes.
and then go to business.
But anyways, it's a 55-inch TV. It's super thin. It runs on a battery. Has no mounting hardware, and supposedly it works really well. And then just in case your battery dies while you're not at the house.
What's the runtime for that? And now your TV's like an explosion hazard.
It's less than 20 pounds. They're developing the airbag system in case it falls off the wall.
This sounds like too much stuff
Right?
for it to like fail. There's way too many moving parts here for this to be feasible. Hey, you want a TV that might fall off the wall and might not deploy its airbags? And that I don't see them showing it to.
Oh, here you go.
Comment.
Yeah, the comment's the best.
Yeah, glass.
The TV is the answer to the question no one asked.
And then someone's like suction cups to a glass surface, no problem. Suction cups to my textured plastered walls.
Well, they explained that in the article, if that person had actually read the article.
What did they say, Rich? Since you read the article,
They say there's a special vacuum that auto senses how much it needs.
do you realize how much? So it has like a pump
Yes.
to pump air of the vacuum.
Correct.
So depending on how porous your walls are, you have this pump that's going to be going,
Constantly.
running off battery, a
Mm-hmm.
motor running off battery. This sounds so stupid. Did you think this was a good idea?
I thought it was cool. I
you
didn't think
just
it
wanna
was a
see me
good
get mad?
idea. It's cool though. If it were to work perfectly, it would be really cool.
Okay, you want to perfect it? Number one, find some sort of induction charging. Number two, it doesn't even need to run off the fucking battery. I can't get over why it would need to run off a battery. You're not taking it anywhere.
No.
It's just fucking hide your wire.
You could though. You could turn the
How much
vacuum
is it?
off and you could pull it off.
You could hire some contractors to come in and like cable up your walls so you
Yeah.
don't have cables.
Yeah. No cost.
No mention of cost. Right?
No cost mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
Who wrote this article?
Fox
News?
Yep.
What is wrong with you? Oh, it runs on batteries for a month.
For a month. That answers your question.
Okay, so this thing is gonna have vacuum pumps going to make sure it's constantly suctioned to your matte finished walls.
Yes.
Have you tried to stick a suction cup?
Oh, yeah.
To a. It doesn't work. Rich.
No, because it's not flat.
It's too porous.
Yeah.
So now you got to go and get a glass wall if you want to install this in your house.
Oh man.
This sounds
Okay,
utterly-
so I'm gonna try to find the part about the vacuum. Okay, so they reinvented mounting by coming up with an algorithm and operating software that simultaneously operates the TV as well as keeping an active eye on a unique suction mechanism that they invented to adhere to most surfaces.
more stuff that can fail.
Yeah,
So if you want a TV that just causes you stress all the time,
all the time.
because you're like, oh my god, is my TV out of battery? Oh my god, is the suction gonna stop working? Oh my god, will the airbags work if it stops functioning? Like that's too stressful, man. Life's already stressful enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need like a TV. It's like those little octopuses you throw against the wall
Oh yeah.
and they start
And
crawling
it'll just
again.
start falling.
Yeah, maybe it's made of that.
But they do fall, so that wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, but they fall slowly, so your TV will just
It'll
you just gotta
slowly
prop it
fall.
up every now and then.
Mike says that shit will never work. I agree. It's
That's-
a good like novelty item for rich billionaires, and that's about it.
Rich billionaires can afford laborers to mount their TV and hide the cables
Yeah,
behind
but
the wall, man.
if you can say you have a wireless TV, that's like, if you're rich.
I used to have a wireless TV. It was called a camping TV. It was black and white and had bunny
It
ears.
ran off D batteries.
Yes, like 10 D batteries.
Love it.
Wow, this is it.
I got in trouble for using that one of those little portable ones that has the AM FM radio and the TV in it.
No.
I was at a drive-in, and I was in the back seat watching TV, and I got in trouble. They made me turn it off.
Because you weren't watching the movie?
Yeah,
What?
I still paid to get in. I just didn't want to see the first movie. It was
Okay.
about some dead dog or something. I don't
Maybe because it was bright. It was bright, and other cars are like distracted by it. Because it's
Maybe,
nighttime.
but have you ever been to a drive-in? It's the
Yes.
kids are
I
distracted.
saw the Simpsons movie.
So,
Okay,
wireless
Rich,
television.
Real dumb.
Uh,
Dumb, stupid, dumb idea. Is that all you gotta do? Is just like, hey, let's take this perfectly functioning thing and just add a bunch of shit to it
Yes,
and call it innovative.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy one.
Yeah, I figured you
It's
would.
probably gonna cost way more than a normal television.
Yeah, and that's the thing that frustrated me about the article. There's no talk about cost, and you gotta wonder, like, if they even let's say it does work, is it gonna be cheaper than running a cable through your wall with a
Did they say
contractor?
anything about the definition? Whether it's a smart TV?
It's a smart
whether...
TV.
Okay.
'Cause if it
4K?
wasn't, then you'd have to have a Apple TV or a Roku or something to
Yeah.
stream to.
What if you want to plug a DVD player into it? Now
You're
it's not
fucked.
wireless.
Well, you're fucked. You can't do that.
I don't know, man. This seems way too complicated for things that already exist.
Yeah. Anyway,
Very cool, Rich.
it is a cool thing, but that's about it. Also, I learned this week that apparently there's a Raspberry Pi shortage, and I don't mean the delicious food.
I was gonna say, Rich. As a fat guy,
As a fat
I'm very
guy.
sensitive to the economy of Raspberry Pis.
It's much more volatile than blueberry pies.
Oh my god.
I'm making these lame.
Does that mean I
jokes.
can make a killing off my shitty like
Probably.
third gen pies that I have? A whole
Probably.
box of them.
Because I found places that were selling like the zeros for like $20, and they're a $5 device.
Yeah, but I paid about 20 for mine. I don't think they've ever.
I paid $5 for mine, both of them, all three.
Yeah, I remember you talked about on the show when you got them,
yeah,
but there's usually they're sold out,
yeah.
and you gotta get
So
them.
the reason I said this actually isn't just because there's a shortage, because who cares? But there's shortages on everything now because of supply chain delays. and-
Inflation. Freaking eggs
But-
cost $7 a carton now.
But anyways, the reason I said it is because when I was trying to find some for work, which I'm apparently going to have to rethink this whole project now because I can't get any. Somebody from a tech I know from the area sent me to this website that monitors your stock. It has like API plugins for different websites and can tell you what sites have the Raspberry Pis in stock.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyways, I thought I'd share it. I'll probably put a link on our Facebook page, but if you're looking for Raspberry Pis, I would start there because it's useless. You're just going to waste your time if you have to go to every single store and look and see their stock. Or
Why can't you just
Call them
plug them in?
all, or-
Plug them into Google.
plus,
go
you have to
shopping?
talk to people, and
Oh yeah, we know how much you love talking to people.
I love talking to people. But anyways, it's called rpilocator.com. So,
Okay.
and actually, I could pull that up for us. But
I have a whole box of Raspberry Pi stuff.
yeah, apparently, you could probably sell them for some money.
I had like
just
a.
pull up the screen here, and you can see. Here, I'll do the big one because it's all text. But anyways, so this tells you. So the ones that are in stock right now are the Pi 3 Model A Plus, and
So it's like a
oh,
literal stock
and
market.
somebody has the 02W in stock now. This wasn't there yesterday, but look, it's $339 in whatever currency that is. I
What?
have no idea. I don't know. ZAR? What does that sound like to
No idea.
you? South African Rand.
Oh, the Rand. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, there's some in stock, but
So it's like about $350.
every other company that they have plugged into, all around the world, none. The only ones in stock are those ones at the top of the list.
And why is that, Rich?
Supply chain issues and shortages. That's what everybody's been told, anyways.
There's like shortages on everything.
I think personally, companies are just using that excuse. Because I felt this way about like restaurants during the recovery from the COVID shutdowns. Like some restaurants were still closed like a month ago, and they were like, "Oh, it's COVID," and I'm like,
Starbucks won't let you get your own sugar.
"Yeah, COVID ended like 6 months ago. They officially called it, and here we are."
Well, tell that to China, Rich.
Well. Anyways, whatever the reason, you
Yeah.
can't find them. I did see. I haven't really done any research yet on them, so I don't know if they're worth the time. But there is another knockoff of the Raspberry Pi called the Banana Pi,
Banana pie.
and I don't know if anybody's heard of them. If you have any,
Can't like Arduinos or whatever they're called do all that stuff too?
yeah, but
Like I see a lot of projects that involve that.
Arduinos are more used for like smaller projects, like little like sensors and things like that. I mean, any project board will work, but for what I would need to do, what I need to do is basic. But anyway,
Rich is a basic bitch.
cool website. Check it out.
I think I'm just really tired.
Probably you only got like 4 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That time change.
Nope, it's the hallway, Rich.
It's not the whole.
And your kids had friends or family stay the night,
Yeah.
so your son, your youngest, and whoever was hanging out with them were screaming and running back and forth and leaving the bathroom light on and waking me up every 2 seconds. If only like you had like a spare bedroom or something, I could like take
Shut
over,
up.
close the door,
So anyway,
go to bed. Anyway, we're not going to do it rapid fire news. We're just going to go through the list.
Are we?
If it's something we're not going to talk about for a long time, we'll just skip to the next one. Doesn't matter.
well, I wanted to talk about Optimus Prime.
Okay, let's go through all your topics first. Rich is the most important. What's up with you? Can you just like do what I do and link the article within the text of the subject
You mean
instead
you
of
want me to do it like it's like an actual website and not just a scratch board?
Yeah, because when your link takes up like 20 rows of the notes, it makes it hard to just look at the notes. Because you got to scroll through your giant fucking link. It's insane.
Usually I'm adding things on the go on my phone and I don't want to forget about them.
Yeah, show that. Show that on the screen. Look
Because
at
I'm
this.
very forgettable. Forgettable? That's not what I'm
Forgetful.
Forgetful. That's the word I'm looking for.
Look at mine. My list of notes. Then there's Rich's one note. One link there.
Mine says holy crap.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I thought that was just part of the link.
No.
Because it's so long. No, that's not going to work.
Oh, man. So anyway. No, you can talk about your notes. I'll wait on Optimus Prime.
Okay. I just had some quick Tesla news. It doesn't involve. We don't need to play the theme. I just thought it was funny. There was a Tesla. So Elon announced full self-driving cars now available to anyone that paid for it. They unlocked that feature, and 2 hours later, somebody using full self-driving, their car just decided to come to a screeching halt in a tunnel on the highway.
There's an image of it.
caused a massive pileup.
Uh,
Which somebody did the math on the number of accidents these assisted driving things get. It was like, out of like 200 crashes, 70 of them were Teslas.
wow. Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah, the car's.
I haven't seen this. So.
That's what I was looking for. These videos.
Oh my god! It just stopped.
It doesn't help that it's like rush hour and everyone does that asshole thing where they can't wait. They gotta like get around and pull in the traffic. I don't know. Does it actually like show the crash?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that angle. Wow.
Oh shit. Nobody knows what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah. Full self-driving is completely ready. I don't have an Elon impression.
But yeah, full self-driving finally, and this is what happens hours later.
Yeah, and didn't he pull like Tesla programmers and developers to go work on his Twitter bullshit?
Probably.
So they probably could have been utilized better
You know, it's funny this happened because, well, I mean, it's not funny. Hopefully nobody got hurt. But
A 2-year-old was injured, Rich. How dare you?
like a week or two ago, I was reading something, and we may have already talked about it on the show, but Apple apparently is still working on the Apple Car. And it is
This is the
delayed.
car you gotta flip over to charge.
Right. It's delayed because of their inability to perfect automated driving. Because they wanted to do a car with no steering wheel or pedals or anything.
That's frightening.
Yes.
Shouldn't be there some sort of emergency thing so you can manually take over the car?
There should be, and in California, it's actually illegal to have a car without it. So
Well, that sounds like Apple. They wait until they've got it perfected instead of Tesla and Elon, where they just use the human public
they
as
just take
guinea
your money
pigs.
and tell you, well, it'll be there one day.
We're ready to start Neuralink trials in humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So automated driving scares me a little bit, but only because I know computers crash, and if a computer in your car that is controlling your automated driving crashes, you crash,
Yeah.
as we see here.
Or you just stop and then people crash into you.
Right.
I'm sure the autopilot turned off right before that happened though. It's like crash imminent. Not our fault.
Piecing out so that nobody will see it in the
No,
logs that I was doing it.
Yeah. And they're like, well, it wasn't our fault. We weren't in control when that happened.
Yeah. Obviously, they were supposed to take over. So, yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're not smart enough to deal with the randomness
No.
on the roads. Until like every
Well-
car is just automated, I wouldn't trust it.
And it's that critical thinking piece that makes a human brain special compared to current.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like, what does it do if it has a choice to kill you or a bus full of children?
It's going to kill you.
Do you want to put that in the hands of a fucking robot?
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
So
Country over self, Jay.
yeah, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one.
Yeah.
T-Mobile killing their brick and mortar stores.
Yeah, you told me about this today, and I hadn't seen it yet, but that is insane.
Why did
to
this
me.
link to YouTube? This was not a YouTube link.
It's probably like some
Basically, it's like,
Sniper
well,
Wolf video or something.
oh god. Ugh. Yeah. So they're
No,
basically.
it's about an employee that was shot and killed inside a T-Mobile store.
How does I copied and pasted the link? How does that happen?
I have no idea.
That's so weird.
It's so funny.
Family is grieving
ABC
tonight after
Action
violent
News.
robbery and murder took the life of a 28-year-old woman.
Oh my god. Well,
Give me
so
all
that's
your
not the
fucking
article.
iPhones. They're citing that the times are changing and they need to like push everyone to the web. But I'm like, a lot of people like want to go fiddle with a phone that's anchored to a shelf.
Case in point, we talked about this on the show a few weeks back, where I went into the Verizon store to get my new iPhone, and I saw the Galaxy flip phones,
Yeah.
and I hadn't seen them yet.
All
And
right,
I-
you're like, hey, that's pretty neat.
And I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like, if I wasn't so embedded in Apple's asshole, I would...
It's called an ecosystem,
very-
Rich, not an asshole.
I'd be very interested in that, because it is a beautiful phone. But I never would have known that if I hadn't gone into a brick and mortar store.
Yeah, well, now you're gonna just guess what your phone's gonna be.
I don't want to guess. I don't like
I don't
guessing.
either. I go into the T-Mobile stores. I don't want to wait to order online. I want to go to the store and just get the phone.
They just need to do whatever Best Buy is doing, because Best Buy is doing pretty good as the place you go to shop for Amazon stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So they get rid of the stores, but they should have kiosks with just all the phones, and you can just touch them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they'll just direct you to a website to buy them. I don't know.
I mean, yes, it could.
It's
Their
so-
stores could be replaced with like an ATM or soda machine type thing, but I don't know. Like, if they just have random phone demos sitting out there, they're going to get destroyed. So there has to be a person there.
Yeah, and this is just yet another big tech company that's laying off thousands of employees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there's like at least 3 T-Mobiles.
And how many people will lose their jobs if
Where I
they
live.
shut down all the stores too?
Yeah. So
So is it an all or nothing thing, or are they like going to leave some open in certain places?
they said most, if not all.
Wow. Because like you were saying earlier, they're always busy. I mean, any time of
Yeah.
day you go to any of the carriers.
I've never gone to a T-Mobile where I didn't have to wait in line.
Yeah.
I don't understand. All these big tech companies are just like,
Obviously, those
Laying
billionaires
off-
know better than us, Jay.
I guess.
So, you know.
They're like, we aren't making record profits. We're only kind of making record profits. We better lay off a bunch of people to make up for that. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, Rich, did you show off the keyboard I got?
No, I didn't. But if you've been listening
Ultra
to
quiet
my
keyboard.
if you've been listening to my typing over the last few years, you'd be happy to know that Jay bought a silicone keyboard, and it's virtually silent.
All you hear now is the. It's way quieter than.
Way quieter.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't do this earlier.
I know. And if I can keep myself from slamming on the keys, you won't hear anything. So
Your hands are just so fat. So much weight,
Oh, is that what
momentum
it
coming
is?
down
fat jokes.
to
huh?
slow down. You know,
Okay.
like the Apollo when they approach the moon, they have to turn the ship around and fire their rocket again to like slow down. It's kind of like that.
Are you telling me I need little rockets on my fingers?
Yes.
Oh,
my
Lord.
More phone news. Hey, guess who's giving up on the Surface Duo?
Not Microsoft.
Well, it was me,
Oh.
but now it's Microsoft. Remember how we were like, oh, they've all disappeared from the shelves? I wonder why.
Now we know.
So Windows is now killing the Surface Duo, and they're going with a foldable screen. So obviously they can't call it the Surface Duo, right?
Right.
Because that makes no
They're
sense.
probably going to still, though.
Oh, of course they probably are.
There's
I'm
still
surprised they haven't.
there's two halves now. So it's Duo. Duo halves.
There's one screen though.
I know.
What is this? An ad?
It's the Duo
On my
Solo.
article, stopping me from reading the article.
It's the Duo Solo.
They don't have any like. They also got rid of the Surface Neo, which I'm not sure what that was, like a small tablet or something.
It's
So they're doing this to compete with Samsung, and people are saying, well, this is just another foldable Android phone, so what's stopping us from getting the Galaxy Z Fold or
Right.
whatever the fuck it is? Especially when Microsoft sucks and puts out shitty phones. Gee, I wonder what the Bluetooth is going to be like.
probably the same.
Oh my god.
They're probably just going to take the internals from this one and just put it on a folding screen.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder though.
So now you're going to have that... I know there was a gap between the two screens, but
Yeah.
it was two separate screens.
they were independent of
And that was comfortable. Now I'm going to have this little fucking curve, and I don't care how well they design it. I can see the curve, and it drives me nuts. And I can see the screen bending as I touch it, because it's like a flimsy piece of OLED.
It makes me wonder how much of their decision was typical Microsoft bullshit and how much of it was failure for developers to adopt it as a standard. Like, two screens is a definite different way of operating.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really the developers. I mean, Android definitely had to get on board,
Yeah,
but it was meant for having two apps open side by side.
right.
You know, you can be checking your Twitter while, like, checking your Facebook.
And there's obviously a lot of development behind that. And if you're
And that worked great.
If you're making apps for years and then one manufacturer comes around and says, hey, we're going to do two screens, you're not going to jump on board quickly in most cases. So it makes me wonder how much of that led to that decision, but they may also just not know how to sell phones.
It was nice. These foldable phones don't feel sturdy.
Yeah.
The screens don't feel sturdy because they can't use glass. Because glass, I mean, they have bendable glass, but you can feel that you're touching like a flimsy little screen. It does capacitive touch. It just doesn't feel the same to me.
Yeah.
Like, I like that nice glass,
Yeah.
you know, where like the screen doesn't like depress wherever I'm touching it. But this came from Windows Central they're not abandoning Surface Phone entirely. The company has scrapped plans to launch the Surface Duo 3. Okay, what is it? They just said they scratched it.
Well, they're not scratching phones altogether.
And
That
will
means
ship
they're
a
still-
single screen device with a full display. So it's unclear whether this flip style foldable, or more likely book style folding phone like the Z. Oh, so yeah, that. I don't know, and I feel like the single screen doing like Windows handles if you drag something to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that doesn't work as nicely as it did with the Surface.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the features I really liked, having two things open at once.
Back in 2008, 2009, something like that, I had a folding phone with two screens on the inside and another screen on the outside, and it was like the coolest phone ever.
Which phone was this?
It was an LG that I had.
What?
What do they call it?
I really
Optimus
okay. I talk
or-
shit about folding phones. The Razer, that new Razer that came out, I had it for a while. I really liked it.
Really?
It was a weird screen size because it was way too long.
Voyager, that's what it was called.
LG Voyager.
It was actually a pretty damn cool phone.
This is before Android.
This was before Android. It ran Java, and you could actually sideload Java and JavaScript, and the apps would run.
Yeah,
And gotta
it
get
was
little
before
games,
Java required any kind of horsepower.
little simple games and stuff. It ran Brew. Sorry, it's a mobile.
What was the
Java
CPU
offshoot.
in that?
I don't remember.
Why did you have the fucking CPU in the quick
Because it
fax?
didn't matter back then because it wasn't.
14 megahertz. I had the original Razer, and those ran Java.
Yeah.
All the games were in Java, but they ran so bad. They had Contra it was like a Java specifically. It wasn't like ported. It was a new kind of
It might have
Contra
been
game,
Brew.
and it was like 10 frames a second. It
Oh
was so
my
bad.
god.
But that phone was so cool, though. It was the cool form factor. It didn't really matter the functionality. It made
Yeah.
phone calls, and it looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the newer Razer, which had the horsepower and the cool form factor.
Yeah.
The only limiting thing for me was the screen dimensions were really weird. Like you couldn't full screen sideways; there'd be black gaps on either side because I couldn't stretch the video. But I don't know. I liked it, and you could do that cool put it in OG Motorola mode,
Yeah.
and it would bring up the original menu and turn the keypad to look
That's
like the
funny.
old school. Oh, it was so cool. So yeah, Windows. I've already given up on Windows.
Yeah.
I got my ass iPhone that has ass cameras and other ass problems because it's ass. Enrich it for me. This is like iPhone's version of a free phone, but you pay $1,200 for it or some shit.
It was like 700. But
I don't remember what it fucking was.
anyway,
It's
no,
more expensive.
there was definitely something wrong with your phone because it was doing all kinds of crazy things with the camera.
Yeah, we're trying to film, and it's like if I get in low light, the screen will invert,
Yeah.
which is really weird.
So
But the video was fine when I went back and played the video.
It was just the
looked fine.
phone software itself.
Yeah, well, it did a big update, so I'm testing it. And we didn't have any problems when we recorded thrift shop shit. We went out and
It's the first time in years.
to thrift shops to, like, one was an antique store.
Hey, we found an Apple II.
One was a furniture store. I think only a couple of them counted as actual thrift stores. But
Some of them were closed today.
the
too.
video came out okay
So-
from what I saw.
Yeah.
So
And,
I'm getting like a real camera.
Yeah, we've done 2 little excursions in the last week or so. We did a trip to Seattle for the computer stuff, which I have my nice iMac over here now. And we did our thrift shop visits.
Yes.
That was fun.
Hopefully I can edit some stuff together, but I'm gonna get a dedicated camera because I can't deal with this phone. Should have got a Pro. Apparently,
Apparently.
the camera on this feels crappy.
Yeah.
Like
I honestly have
subpar
never-
for iPhone.
I had actually never experienced what you've experienced, but now it's very obvious to me that the Pro is the Apple device that we're used to. The
My 8 Plus that I had before this seems to have had a better camera.
well, yeah. 'cause
I
that was
like the
before-
0.5, the widescreen lens. That's
Yeah,
cool.
That is
works.
cool.
But I don't have the zoom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is because the 8 was before they changed their strategy with phones. Now they're trying to cater to people that wouldn't normally buy an expensive Apple product.
Nobody told me this.
Well, I didn't really.
I had
I had never seen it in firsthand because, like, I had the 12. I didn't get the 12 Pro,
Yeah.
and I didn't notice a huge difference except I didn't have the telephoto lens.
That's what I thought I was getting.
But-
a regular iPhone minus the professional
Yeah,
telephoto lens.
that doesn't
crap.
seem to be the case anymore, though. It seems to be a lesser quality product, which is very disappointing. So.
Not cool, Apple.
No, but worst case scenario, until you get a standalone, we can.
I gotta
just-
get down to T-Mobile before they close
Word
the
on
fucking
mine.
stores.
Yeah. For real.
God damn.
Ah,
So yeah, it was Windows. Giving up on stuff as usual.
as usual.
Maybe they
What's
didn't make
this
stuff.
combat goggles you put on here? That's another Microsoft thing.
Did you know Microsoft was developing HoloLens combat version goggles for the U.S. military?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Look at the link. There's a picture of a guy wearing them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're crazy.
All right.
So the government is passing on a $40 million.
Oh, so they're not going to do it.
No, they're paying them to revise it.
Oh, okay. There they are
They're-
right there in all their glory.
Where was that in Battlefield 2042? Okay,
Oh
they
my
approved
gosh.
they approved $40 million for Microsoft to develop a new version because the current version has reliability
Headaches,
problems.
eye strain, and nausea issues.
Yeah, which comes with any AR VR
Yeah, I
device.
think with anything, once you get used to it, that stuff will go.
I don't know.
away.
I feel like a lot of people I've met have issues with VR.
Yeah.
Getting sick. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. I've never really done it a lot. Like, you know, I know you have the Quest, so you've used it a lot more than I have, but I've never really spent a lot of time doing.
I hear music. And you figured AR would make you less nauseous because you're still physically seeing what's around you. There's
Right.
just an overlay. It's not like jet pilots using their heads-up display get nauseous.
Right.
I mean, it's the
'cause,
same thing.
AR
You're
is
looking
more
through-
of like, just like a sign or like any other kind of alert on your dashboard or something
Yeah.
like that. It's not a whole virtual environment. So,
Too many failures of essential functions.
right.
So, more than 80% of soldiers reportedly had discomfort. And they
Wow.
began experiencing less than 3 hours into the 72-hour test.
So basically, Microsoft can't make a good HoloLens either.
Why do all these tech companies suck, man?
You know, we've been talking recently about how like technology itself has just gotten lazy.
Mhm.
Like the other day, we were talking about that. How like technology used to be fun. You had to try to figure things out, and you really had to understand the inner workings of things.
Yeah, now everything's just an app.
And now it just works. Yeah,
It's just an app. Just get the app that does the thing. Like, there's no...
I
There's
feel
no-
like we almost could blame modern
I never even
social
had to
media.
take my computer apart anymore.
No,
Other than to replace the video card or to clean it out. Like, this...
yeah, I had to take mine
It
apart a
runs
few
too
months
well.
ago because I lost a hard drive. I still had a spinning hard drive that failed.
Yeah.
But
That's why nerds like us, like, fucking around with, like, old Macs and stuff.
yeah, which
I'm
we've
like,
done.
hopefully
a lot.
something will break.
We got our old classic Macs running. We got the iMac running.
Mm-hmm.
My Tandy runs. This IBM up here runs.
So the U.S. The Army had initially requested $400 million to buy up to 69,000 nice pairs of the goggles as part of a 1.7 trillion government funding bill. Gee, I wonder why we can't feed and clothe everyone in America.
Gee, I wonder.
And so yeah, they're saying like, hey, these kind of suck. Can oh, they still plan up to 21.9 billion over the next decade on this, which I guess is cool if you're a soldier on the field and you got like it's like you know
Yeah,
battlefield stuff. You got like
I get that. That would be cool. But do we want cool stuff or do we want them to be able to like kill people and?
we want cool stuff that helps them kill people.
Okay.
God damn it. I mean, do they need? I really feel like wars are less about people being on the front lines anymore.
Well, yeah.
It's more about fucking drone kills and shit.
and just behind the scenes cyber warfare too. A lot of like nation state hackers, and
I wonder if any of this 1.5 trillion goes towards that
I'm sure it does.
cyber
I'm sure it does.
cyber stuff. Are you the one that's telling me about how they fucked up like a power plant?
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah, the old Stuxnet.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Let me talk about. Oh, I was telling you earlier. Nvidia has this product called Nvidia Maxine,
Yeah, and
which
you
I
were
saw a
explaining
demo
it.
of it today.
Really?
And so the guy had like, of course I didn't link to that video. I linked to the article. So it's basically using AR and AI. It does a bunch of stuff. It's not just the eye tracking.
Okay.
So what it does is you can look down at your notes, but it'll use AR to make your eyes look like you're looking directly at the camera for meetings and stuff. So you can read a script. This chick's kind of hard to understand.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do the audio.
Okay.
I was just gonna. Play.
Yeah, so the guy had two videos. One was his raw video, and then one was the AI. And in the top one, he's like looking off camera like this, and then in the bottom, he's looking directly at the camera. He's
Oh,
like, that's
wow.
not two different videos.
That is crazy. So it keeps eye contact at all times, basically.
And what they're saying here is another thing it can do is this looks awful. It'll live translate. Look at that mouth. That looks awful. So it'll do live audio translation as you speak. It'll move your mouth to match the foreign language that it's translating to.
You know, voice to text and vice versa has gotten a lot better in the last like 5 years. A lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that said, there's still issues with it, and I'm looking at you, Apple. I haven't told you about this one yet. I'm furious about this one.
No.
So we're talking about, voice to text technology, and as you know, I used to text and drive a lot, like a lot.
Yes.
And I mean, at first, before touch
He would drive with his knees, so he had both hands free to text. It was frightening.
But back in the day, before touchscreens, I knew where the buttons were, and I didn't have to really look. Now I have to look, and it's dangerous, and I recognize that.
It's
Finally.
always dangerous, Rich.
I know. But anyways, let's not talk about me and my shortcomings. Let's talk about the products and their.
Oh, let's talk about the
shortcomings.
technology. We're a technology podcast. We don't want to talk about how Rich sucks and almost kills everyone that's a passenger in this vehicle.
But anyways, so I upgraded to iOS 16, and since I've done that, my CarPlay has a delay. And it's so bad that it cuts off the first word of every text message I send now.
Oh, when you reply?
Yes. And it's fucking infuriating. Because then you have to go and you have to, no, that's not it, and you have to change it, and it just adds another layer of complexity to something that is supposed to be easy as possible.
Wouldn't it be easier just to record audio and then just send an audio clip of what you're saying?
Maybe.
Instead of having to worry about whether it's transcribing shit and having to say comma, period, question mark.
But you can't do the audio text through CarPlay. I could do it on my iPhone, but not on CarPlay. So
Yeah, I've been watching you use it. It's pretty interesting.
yeah, but the delay
I mean,
is.
I was doing that shit back in 2009, though. I mean,
No, it's not.
It's always existed.
Yeah, it's just not anything I.
Apple innovated it.
It's not anything I felt was easy enough for me to do while I was driving. Like I would get more distracted trying to figure it out on my screen than I ever would have holding my phone, where I could see both the road and my phone.
Yeah.
Both are dangerous, but I feel like the car is not just as distracting, but probably pretty close. And having it easy was fantastic. For the last couple of years, I've been using CarPlay, and I haven't texted and drove in years. It's a great technology for that reason alone, because now I won't kill somebody being
I've still seen
irresponsible.
you do things distracting while you're driving.
but
on
not
your phone.
texting and looking. And
Yes.
anyways,
You could just wait until you get where you're going to text.
no, I'm too impatient.
Or me, just like when you get to a stoplight, you bust out a text. That's how I texted to you the whole time I was driving out, because I'm not fucking texting while driving.
I figured you were using voice to text.
No. Why do you think I give you one word answer? If I did have to text while I'm driving, I'm like, yep, sure. Uh-huh.
Well, anyways, this delay is absolutely infuriating, and it's single. It is the
It sounds
only
like we should have had an Apple innovation topic tonight.
possibly or Microsoft innovation.
No.
But anyways, it's frustrating, and with technology as good as it is, where we can do stuff like they do with Maxine and
Yeah.
any live
The
transcribe.
voice. If you listen to the video, the voice is still like, "I'd like to say a word to you now. I am speaking now in a different language." It's like that. It's like that kind of like.
Yeah.
So real quick, iPhone sucks, Rich. I agree.
Yeah.
So there's different like features to Maxine. The problem is you can't just download an app. It's an SDK. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm too lazy to learn something. I just want an app that... See, I'm like falling into that mindset. I just want an app that does it. I don't
Right.
want to have to fucking mess around with an SDK.
But has anybody taken that SDK and done something?
Oh, there must... Yeah.
I mean, that's what we need to look for.
The amount of research I did was like, I saw a video about it. I'm like, hey, Rich, we should talk about this. And then I put the note on our thing. I've not done any research into it.
Gotcha.
State-of-the-art NVIDIA AI capabilities. Real-time AI performance. Complete... I hate when they throw the term AI around.
Yeah.
It's just algorithmic.
Machine learning.
Why can't I ever say
Algorithmic.
Why can't I ever say it? I always want to say algorithmic. Like when I say rhythmically. I'm gonna dance rhythmically. I'm retarded.
But anyways, AI is not.
Speaker focus, noise
Accurate.
removal, room echo removal, audio super resolution. I don't know what that means. Acoustic echo cancellation. We could probably use that. Virtual backgrounds. That's not very interesting. And eye contact. These are the features.
The eye contact thing's pretty cool because
That's what I need.
something that like,
I need that in real life. Like,
Yeah.
I need like a pair of
so
like.
you don't have to look at people, but you can look at people.
I have. If I look at somebody too long, I
Starts
get
to
nervous
feel awkward. Yeah.
and I
You
stop.
gotta look away.
I gotta look way at certain. I'm so in my head when I'm talking to people, especially people I don't know, that I'm like, I've been staring too long. I need to
Yeah.
look away. I don't even hear what they're saying
Me too.
half the time. So yeah, I need like a pair of glasses with like a high resolution screen on it
Yeah.
that just mimics my eyes. It just makes eye contact with people.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I will check it out. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see.
Another news topic.
Oh, by the way, before we go to another topic, you see I'm wearing my NASA shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a brand new NASA shirt.
It is.
It's the same one that you were making fun of me about because it was on the list.
I would have pulled up my list, but I deleted it.
But I bought a new
'Cause
shirt.
I got so mad.
And I got the same one just as kind of a joke. Like,
People aren't going to know what episode they're watching now.
Uh-huh.
Like, is this an old episode?
it might be.
I've watched that shirt fade in real time over the years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Throwing people off.
very
That's
cool.
what I do. Anyway, on to the next.
So VHS tape sells for $80,000 on eBay. Now this was kind of a stunt to prove a point. This is Red Letter Media, guys I follow on YouTube. I was telling you about. So as a joke, they've been collecting tapes of Nuki. If anyone remembers the movie Nuki, it was like an E.T. ripoff from back. You know, like remember Mac and Me?
Yeah.
This was like the third ripoff movie,
Gotcha.
part of that group. So people keep sending in tapes of Nuke because they review movies, like shitty old 80s movies. So people kept sending in copies and they kept refusing to review it.
Yeah.
So they amassed this like 102 tapes of Nuki. And then there was a news article that broke that a mint condition sealed Back to the Future VHS tape, original release, sold for like $70,000 or something like that. Wow. So they made a short video that where they actually go into how do they appraise these, you know, what actually adds to the value, because there's these third-party companies that say they will appraise your video and tell you what it's worth. And so they found their best copy in Nuki and sent it to get appraised, and at the end of the video they're like, we're putting it's sealed in a box with like a real certified appraisal rating. It was like 8.2 out of 10. It wasn't even like a perfect appraisal rating. And they said, to add to the value, we're destroying all the 100 other copies of Nuki, which they fed through a wood chipper.
Wow.
The video sold for $80,000. It was crazy.
That is ridiculous.
I don't see VHS as collector's items, which you didn't either, because you're like, I have so many like VHS.
Well,
tapes.
I never look at any of my collectibles as like valuable. Like they're fun for me. Like even the old Macs, I know they're worth some money, but they're just fun. I enjoy doing that, and my VHS are there for that same nostalgia reasons. And I have hundreds of them. I do, and I'm about to put them all on display because I bought a new cabinet for them. But yeah, I never really looked at it like that. But then you got me thinking, like, okay, maybe I got something that's worth some money. Oh yeah, this was another one. Yeah.
So remember, did we talk about it last episode? We went out to a game store with the rude guy that sucked.
Yeah.
And they wanted $50 for their copy of E.T., and we couldn't figure out why it was so expensive. But then Rich popped on to eBay and won it for how much?
$5.
$5.
So and it's in like perfect condition. Like
That's
not
an 8 out of 10, I would say.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Now only if it came in the box with the manual, which we did see one that had the original manual.
Yeah. And those and like the ones that actually have the certificates that came from the dump where these were sent. And if you haven't seen the documentary on the Atari ET thing, you need to watch it.
Or the AVGN movie.
But yeah, there was one that was what $50,000, I think it was, and it was like destroyed. I mean, it wasn't in good shape.
You can't even tell it. I swear to God, the majority of these people just get ET for $5, rub it around in the dirt, and say, "Yeah, this is a landfill copy, $50K." I don't trust shit like. I would never buy collector's items off eBay.
One of them did have a certificate of authenticity from the city that ran the dump.
I guess if you could go to the city and have them authenticate that, but I don't trust like.
I don't trust anybody on the
people
internet.
that buy signatures online and shit. Yeah, I'm like, I printed out a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
Authenticity. I can't talk.
You
to
can't
that,
say
bro.
anything.
If it's more than if it's like 3 syllables, I'm done.
Yeah, but
I just start adding syllables to it.
It is a way to make money, you know.
I said we should pop.
It's also fraud, but you know.
No, it's called. Was it appreciation? What is it when you
consumerism?
Yes, capitalism, bitch.
Capitalism, bitch.
We this is like, I would actually wonder if they reprinted a label for it. This is like almost too good.
Yeah,
condition.
almost.
You should take a high-res photo of this, put it up on our Facebook.
Yeah.
There's no scratches. There's no.
I'll use my
scuffs,
iPhone 14 Pro.
There's no fading. Yeah, that's kind of shady. I mean, that's easy to get mass-produced. Just take a good picture of a good one.
Yeah, possibly. I'm just gonna like for me. It's not about the money. It's about
the stupid
nostalgia. I loved this game, and it's really disappointing. That
I don't think you can play these games without the fucking manual because you can't make heads or tails of what's on the screen.
Well, yeah, and you can get the manuals online as PDFs, but that's good enough for me because I don't like. Again, it's for the nostalgia, not for
nostalgia
money. But. All right. Well, anyways, I'm posting the high-res picture.
Do we have a way to capture this? I really want to start capturing game stuff.
Yeah. I still need to do the Super Nintendo one that I did, but, you know. Oh, yes. For legal reasons, that is a joke. You shouldn't do that.
Do
That's
what?
fraud.
What's fraud?
Passing things as, the real thing when they're actually fake.
Oh, right. Wink. We're totally going to do that, though, right?
Damn it, Jay.
What?
No, I'm keeping this for me.
Why can't you play around, you bitch? Yeah, I'm gonna say that is a reprinted label. That is like too fucking good.
Yeah.
1982. This is like a 40-year-old, 41-year-old. Oh wait, we're 2023. So yeah, 42-year-old. Am I doing the math right, Rich?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I was born in 81, so.
Me too.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this.
Anyways, I got ET.
This might not even be. This might be a 3D printed case.
You know what? It works.
Can I dismantle this?
No.
I need to see inside of it.
No, because the screw was under the label. So.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. We should check out this 44D, which is like a bra size, or could be like a manufacturing thing.
Oh man.
Interesting. Yeah, post that picture. Let us know if you think that this is a fake thing.
fake or not, I got ET, and I'm excited
For
to
legal
play it.
reasons, that's a joke.
I really loved this game growing up, and I don't understand why there's so much hatred towards it and how bad it was. Because I mean, all Atari games were simple.
The
and-
only reason I know about this is because I used to watch Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd, and he
Ah.
refused to review, and it was like the same way Red Letter Media refused to review Nuki.
Yeah.
He refused to play this game, which is weird because they both involve like ET somehow.
kind of.
That's weird.
Hmm.
What's up with that?
Maybe they know something about the aliens that are here.
Oh god, yeah. Rich likes conspiracy theory pods with like aliens and shit. I told him we should start like a real, like a paranormal investigating.
Yeah.
We can go to like haunted places, like
Right.
find like those dumb haunted hotels, like stay over the night and like record a night vision. Be like, I'm so scared.
Oh man. So I found something on the internet the other day, and I liked the Transformers growing up.
OG, bro.
I was only allowed to watch them for a short period of time before I got in trouble and couldn't watch anything violent.
The only Prime Day I celebrate is Optimus Prime Day,
Yeah.
which celebrates when he sacrificed himself in that movie.
So I mean, we've all seen the toys. We actually saw one at one of the thrift stores yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was a Transformer.
Was it what the bobblehead museum we went to?
No, the thrift store.
Oh, old stuff.
Yeah. So they're kind of cheesy. Like, what can you do with plastic? And it's a kid's toy. They want to mass produce them at a cheap price,
Yeah.
make their
Uh,
most
the,
money
the whole
possible.
show exists because there weren't laws to stop TV shows from just
marketing
being
to
advertisements
children.
for kids.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why they exist.
Well, there is a company that has made a toy, I guess you can call it,
Yeah.
of Optimus Prime, but it is
that
like
screen needs to be over here.
the
so-
most functional Optimus Prime toy that I think we've ever seen. It
Oh my
is
god!
absolutely amazing, and it's all automatic. It doesn't need you to like move parts or anything. It's motorized, and
Does it go?
I hope so.
Better play
If
that
it doesn't,
sound
it's gonna fail. I'll tell you
Yeah.
right now.
an auto transforming transformer,
Yeah.
and it's not stupid Michael Bay's transformer.
Yep.
What? Because they know we got the bucks now.
Right.
We're like in charge.
Yeah. The people that have been watching it.
Very cool.
It is very cool.
Is this Hasbro
No, it's
or whoever made? I think it was Hasbro.
I don't know who made it. It's not Hasbro. I know that. Oh, it
Remote
has a remote
control
control app too. I didn't know that.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see all the TikTok dances Optimus Prime can do.
Oh my god. Let's see. Bluetooth connectivity. Aluminum alloy structure.
Oh, it's made of metal.
Hmm.
Once again.
Oh, it can be voice controlled too.
Oh, cool. We need a screen over here,
Well, it's
so
right
we're
here. too.
looking at the camera instead of looking off screen.
Yeah. Or we could just get that NVIDIA Maxine.
Touche.
Oh. But anyway, it looks pretty damn cool.
That does look kinda cool.
And I would love to get one just
How
to
much?
play with.
How many thousands of dollars is this going to cost?
I don't
Click buy now.
I don't know. I actually never looked at the price because I didn't.
Thousands of dollars.
It's probably at least $500.
$600, $700.
Yep, $700.
All right. Want to go halvesies?
2 to 5 business day guaranteed delivery.
Wait, did Optimus Prime have a giant axe? I thought they had like energy swords and shit in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember the cartoon because I was too young, but I remember the fucking movie because it traumatized me.
Yeah. And if you want to watch it again and relive that trauma, it's on my Plex. So
Oh, good.
yeah,
Weren't you gonna get your kids to watch it?
yeah.
But you won't traumatize them because you won't be like, no, my favorite toy just died.
Yeah.
And the only reason they killed the toy, spoiler alert, they killed off all of the main Transformers in the Transformer movie so they can introduce cooler, newer toys to sell
Right.
to kids.
Of course.
They're like, fuck you, kid, Optimus is dead. Check out new Megatron, Neotron, and fucking...
Tonka says, and now I want one. Well, if you got an extra $700 laying around.
Yeah, we can split that 3 ways. It's only $200.
Yeah. Or you could just buy it yourself and send us a video.
I'm sure all those YouTubers will have it on their stupid. Check out this cool toy. I don't know why. Like, I think that's neat, but like, I have a problem with like the YouTubers that are like man babies and they have like the huge. Look at all this stupid toys. Like, I have a couple toys, right? I got like a stuffed Pikachu and I got the dog from Cowboy Bebop. But like, I couldn't imagine like that being my identity. Where I just
Yeah.
have like every square space in my apartment is full of like pops and stuff. Hey, no offense if you do that. I'm probably alien. There's probably nobody watches the show.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
I shit on everybody.
It's because you're so cynical.
I'm so cynical. I've drank too much Jameson, so I'm sorry.
You'll be alright.
That is very, very cool, Rich. I would like to get one.
Well, you got $700. You can go get you one.
All right. I don't got that kind of disposable income.
Yeah, me.
I do actually, but I'm not gonna do that.
Look at you being responsible.
I have no like long-term value out of that
Oh,
because it's gonna break and I'm gonna get bored with it.
yeah.
Is it a limited run? Could you buy it and then it goes up? And
It
down?
doesn't say anything about being a limited run, but I guess that'll all depend on whether or not it takes off. You know.
Hmm.
But
Is this another Apple article?
what? Oh yeah, they're testing.
Why don't we should we need to sit down and look at our notes before we start the show. We'd be like, oh, this should be combined into a segment instead of being all over the goddamn place.
I didn't think we were going to be talking about Apple this much.
Uh,
I just added that one a few minutes ago.
okay.
But anyways, they're apparently testing touchscreens again on their Macs, and even though they've said
Again?
outright that they are not interested in making a touchscreen Mac, it looks like we're eventually going to get one. And this might be playing to the lowest common denominator, like the iPhone did. You know, like maybe they're just trying to get
Oh, they're gonna start making budget Macs now.
a $500 MacBook
Oh my
Air
God.
that has
It's just like
touchscreen.
Mac in name only. It's like, because I was looking at buying Macs and I was like, they're just too expensive, dude. They're like the price. They're more costly than a gaming laptop, but they can't game.
Yeah,
Like I'm like, I can't.
but if you get a MacBook, you could edit on the go.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah,
It's got the processing power. Why can't they game on Mac still in
Because
the year
of developers.
2023, man?
it's not Apple's fault; it's the developer's fault.
Are you sure that's why?
I'm 100%.
Oh, and now they've changed their chips now, so even if you wanted to, you couldn't because they have to reprogram all their fucking games to work on the M2 chips
Yeah,
and all that crap.
they'd make money if they did it.
Thanks, Mac. So instead of like making your product more cool, you're downgrading your product
cool.
to like appeal to the lowest denominator that'll just put up with shitty products.
Right.
Apple's putting out shitty products.
For the first time ever, basically.
We're trying to get that shitty product market,
The,
It's
the
a big
shitty
market. the shit market.
Oh my god.
What is this estimated as much as 50% of urban land dedicated
Yeah.
to internal combustion engines?
This
Does that
was
even
just-
have anything to do with your Apple article?
What do you mean? No, it's totally separate.
Why is it directly below your link?
That's a different link.
That looks like a description for the link. Oh, so this big gap. Can you
That,
put this on the screen?
the gap.
This big gap here and then another link. Those two are related. So the link that's right above the text isn't part of the text. It's the big gap and then the link down below. Do you see how that's confusing?
No.
See,
See, this is yours,
yeah.
and this is mine,
It's Apple related.
and the Apple one is this.
What is Apple doing with the combustion engine?
Nothing. Apple has nothing to do with that. It's not an
Why
Apple
does it say
thing.
Apple? Oh, because it's stupid Apple News. That's why.
It's an
God
Apple News link.
fucking damn it. Is this about like urban sprawling?
No, it's about looking at, you know, EVs are getting more and more popular, and apparently estimated 50% of our urban land is dedicated to either the combustion engine or the infrastructure to support it. So your gas stations, your repair shops, your
The fact that
auto
it
parts
takes you
stores, the-
like 2 hours on foot to reach a McDonald's near you.
Right. So, when, as the EVs pick up, there's going to be less and less of that. Now, you could argue there's going to be replacement industries like, battery replacement companies and charging ports and things like that.
What do you think all those, if that ever happens years down the road, what do you think all the gas station land's going to be turned into?
Probably charging units.
Yeah,
I mean,
hybrid, less
if
pumps,
you
more
remember,
chargers.
I think it was Black Mirror. They were in like an automated EV, and it just parked at like a charging station, like a gas station.
I do not remember.
But it was the one where she had to go to that wedding,
Yes.
and she didn't
Yes,
have the
downfall.
social cloud.
It was like downfall. She kept losing points through
Yeah.
the whole episode.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Social credit score.
yes.
Social media credit score.
Social media. Yeah. But anyways, I just thought it was an interesting statistic. How accurate it is.
We've talked about
I
how
don't know,
like you compare American like suburbs and cities. They're just everything's built around the combustion engine.
yeah,
The car, like, and you go to like Europe, and there's like these cities where you could walk or ride a bike a short distance, and you're in town.
there,
You can
yeah.
shop, you can do everything without needing a car. But in America, everything's like, well,
opposite.
it's like a journey to go do this or that. Like from right where we are right now, if I wanted to go to the nearest store, which is like Walmart, right?
be about a 10-minute trip.
Walking.
No, walking is about a half hour.
Yeah, I was saying it's like a half hour,
Yeah.
or it's like a 5 to 10
Or if
minute
you felt
car.
like me, like 40 minutes.
Right. I walk fast. I power walk. I'm like,
Yeah. I've only done that walk once.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
I've been debating it.
It's
I'm like, I get lost in my car. I'm gonna get lost walking back. You'll never
it's
see me
all right
again.
if you go the way I went because there's not a lot of uphill. There's only a couple of inclines, but
Except on the way back.
no, I know.
Oh, you go all the way like
all
around,
the way
that
around
hill.
the hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's the way a lot of places are built, where it's like
Well,
it doesn't make sense to go on foot. It always makes sense to take your car.
What was really interesting for me, anyways, is the fact that the EVs are super heavy. Like,
All that
I
battery.
never expected it, but it makes perfect sense now that I actually think about it. Like, the batteries are a large portion of an EV, and they're fucking heavy.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what caused all the drama around the Tesla Mack truck thing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, wait, its towing capacity is what? Super low? Why? Oh, because of all the batteries.
Yeah. But see, it plays into the infrastructure, because if we have vehicles that are heavier, we have to think of ways to make them so that, like, for instance, blind people can see them coming. Because right now, if they're
You can't
going
hear 'em.
slow, you can't hear them. It's silent.
I thought they like have to make a noise. There's
Well,
like
and that's one of the ways they're doing it. They're passing laws to force them to make, like, simulated engine
it's like a sound
noises.
effect with just a guy in a microphone going.
Just like-
Yeah.
But it's funny, like, they're not allowing companies to be creative either. Like, Elon's fart sound had to be recalled. They won't allow him to have it.
That would be confusing to a blind person.
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't say I didn't
Well,
agree
they
with
just
it.
need to get up with the Neuralink and shit. And
Right,
Then they can
right.
get their digital eyes and they'll be able to see the car.
Oh
We don't
my
need to
God.
hear the car.
Well, anyways,
It's unnerving whenever I
the-
watch a Tesla video where they like step on the gas. It's just like this. You hear the car shuddering.
Yeah.
And like this really quiet.
Yeah, and then when you
it's
get
like-
up to speed, you hear the road noise from the tires.
Yeah, and the wind.
That's about it. Like,
It would be really unnerving to drive a Tesla, I think.
yeah. Well, the other thing, though, with pedestrians is you got to consider a car that's significantly heavier. Hitting a pedestrian is going to hurt a lot more. I mean, a car accident that hits a pedestrian is already.
I was
going
to say, I don't think it
terrible.
really matters how much the car weighs. It's hitting that pedestrian and it's going to fuck
Well,
them up.
the heavier it is, the more stopping area you need.
Well, yeah, slowing down. Yeah,
So,
that makes sense. But
you're
I'm
gonna-
saying if it hits you, you're done.
Well, yeah,
I guess it depends on what speed it's going. but
right.
I don't think it matters the weight. I think it's the speed.
But I think in an average everyday city, the distance to stop is going to be the same whether you're in a car that runs on combustion or EV.
Mhm.
The distance physically is going to be the same, but the EV will take significantly more stopping power. So,
I don't think there's a way around that yet.
well, that's why EVs are not ubiquitous yet.
I got an idea. How about we go the bumper car route?
Ooh.
You know, bumper cars, they got that big wire that goes up the ceiling. We just have those ceilings on
Yeah.
every road,
Yeah.
and then you're powered by the damn.
And then we don't have to worry about snow or rain or ice or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should patent that.
So we're just basically going to have indoor cars.
We got to rebuild the entire infrastructure of the U.S. It'll be
To be
worth
covered.
it. It'll be
The whole world will be a
literally
covered
be
bridge.
bumper cars because you can just bump into things. Nobody dies in a bumper car. You're limited to like 8 miles an hour.
I don't know.
Think
Some
of
of
the
those
lives.
bumper cars, I've gotten like serious
Neck-
like, whiplash. Like,
yeah. You get a running start with one of those fucking things.
yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, so like I said, it was just an interesting statistic, and I
Hmm.
thought, with as popular as EVs are getting, it was worth talking about. So,
I don't trust EVs.
no,
I'm not one of those like, you could take my gas guzzler from my cold dead hands. Like, I think EVs are cool. I would probably get like a hybrid. Still,
my next car will be.
I wouldn't go
EV.
full EV
I'm
at this
gonna.
point. It's
I've
like,
drank the Kool-Aid. It's gonna happen
what?
as soon as I pay off my car. I'm buying an EV.
It's okay. You don't have to drive that far though. You don't do. You do
I
a
have,
lot
like,
of driving.
15 miles commute every day if I go to the office.
How many EV stations are on the fucking island?
A bunch. Every
Okay.
grocery store has one, and
All right. Yeah, I saw Allway had like 2.
so
2. You gotta wait in line.
that's all right. You gotta have patience when you have new technology.
I guess. Yes, electric cars are the future.
If you're gonna be an early adopter, you gotta be ready to.
Screw
deal
the
with
children.
stuff like that.
Children aren't the future, man. It's EVs.
Oh,
Tesla's gonna save us all.
I think AI is gonna take over.
Oh my god. You see that post I made where they're like, stop having AI make art?
Yeah,
AI is supposed to like do all this other shit. That
so that it'll free up our time.
so we can make art.
We can make art.
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing the same like that trippy thing that AI does with videos. Like I'm over it. I've
Yeah.
been over it since like
Well,
DeepMind when we
yeah.
were doing those fucking photos. Wow, you can do it with video now.
Yeah,
It's not creative because you didn't create it. You
Yeah.
just plugged it into a fucking computer.
and let's be honest. I mentioned this before earlier when we were talking about AI, but there is no true AI. It's all machine learning. Is a better way to describe it because yes, the machine is learning,
It's literally
but it is
derivative.
not artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's
So.
algorithmic, like I say.
Right.
Can we get a
Hey,
shirt that just says
said it.
algorithmic?
Yeah.
Another shirt for the store, Rich.
There we
Get
go.
on it.
You know, I'm gonna have to show you how to make shirts because it's super easy.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Anywho,
Wait. So, I was hearing this. This is a quick regarding AI. This guy posted that he was fired by. He's a writer, like
Okay.
a professional writer. Fired by a company because they're like, we can just get Chat GPT, whatever the fuck.
ChatGPT, you got
Oh, okay.
it. Yeah.
We can just get them to write it.
Yeah.
But then they tried to hire him back. They're like, this won't pass Google's anti-AI check. Can you rewrite this so it'll pass the check? And then they tried to offer him less because it was already written. He's just basically revising it. And I'm like, wow, this is gonna be the future of fucking AI. Everyone was like, it's gonna take away the burger jobs, automation, and all this crap. No, it's gonna take away like all the creative jobs out there, and because you can just blurt out like crap. You just type in a couple catchphrases in a fucking thing, and it'll spit out like copy for your website or your ad or whatever.
Right.
That's kind of like that's dystopian to me.
Yeah.
Like that's frightening. And there's people advertising. I see advertisements all the time. Have AI write for you.
Yeah.
Like somebody did it on our
Oh yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
they,
Somebody, a friend of mine did like a story about drunk tech support. And,
probably just type drunk tech support into it. And
he actually said, "Tell me a story about drunk tech support." And yep.
And I was like, we should make a video about that, but I don't want to support AI crap. We can come up with our own dumb stories. Like
Yeah.
you trying to kill me.
Yeah. And we peppered it up a little.
Peppered it out.
Had a little spice.
Click clack, bitch. What's that Dave Chappelle thing? They peppered him up real nice. Heroin addicted whites.
That's where I got it.
All right, this has been Drunk Tech Support.
Yeah, check us out online. Watch our
Yeah,
old shows.
there's like a thing that plays at the end. You know what they say that.
Yeah.
I guess we're live, so you're probably not gonna listen to our audio. So yeah, check us out.
Hey Jay,
What?
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.